Hi everyone, it's Kendra Freed with Neshamah Yoga and Wellness, and this offering is a chair yoga and wellness session, so that I hope it will be accessible to anyone and everyone who wants to take part. So I'm sitting on the floor right now, but I'll be soon moving to this chair behind me. So from your chair, just make sure that your feet are able to touch the floor. And if they're not quite touching, then place either a pillow or some kind of blocks underneath your feet so that you have the proper support. And we're going to start with mindful breath and some intention setting. So I'm going to use my singing bowl here. So just sitting in a way that feels as comfortable as possible for you. And when you hear the sound of the bell, I invite you to close your eyes if you're comfortable doing so, or having just a nice soft gaze on the floor, and take a few deep breaths. Begin to feel your seat, the support beneath your seat and your legs. Feel your feet. And feel the top of your head just floating on top of your spine. And without changing the quality of your breathing, notice that as you breathe in and out, that there's some gentle movement of the spine and head. I like to imagine my spine as a really big piece of kelp in the deep sea. And when the ocean moves, that deep undercurrent, the kelp just gently sways. So feeling as you breathe that your spine is swaying on the movement of your breath. And as you bring awareness to your breathing, you might notice that your breath actually naturally starts to deepen. And as the breath continues moving in and out of your body, begin to increase your awareness to any other sensations that you're feeling today. These could be sensations related to something chronic that you're living with, a chronic limitation or injury, or it could be acute. It could be something that just recently happened. Notice as well any places in your body that feel relaxed or soft. Without dwelling on any one particular place, just taking an inventory of the state of your physical body in this moment. And as we bring our deep awareness and deep listening to the state of the body, we start to sanctify the body as a sacred place, a temple, if you will, where the soul lives. And now bring your awareness to the quality of your mind, perhaps noticing how full the mind is with thoughts, or maybe how spacious the mind feels right now. Just noticing without getting connected or hooked into any particular thought pattern. Just a little snapshot of how the mind is right now. And then drawing your awareness now to your heart, to your chest. You might even place your hands there. And bring that quality of deep listening to your heart, to your emotional body. What predominant feeling or feelings might be in the heart right now. And I invite you to welcome whatever is there to be there, to allow it to reside in the heart right now. To welcome it with open arms, to welcome it into the sanctuary of your heart, to allow it to stay as long as it needs to stay. Whether the feelings feel positive or negative, welcoming whatever your experience is in the moment. Take another full deep breath. You can let your hands rest on your lap if you'd like to. Full deep breath, shrugging the shoulders up into the ears, and then exhaling, letting out a nice big sigh. Let's do that again. Inhale, shrug the shoulders, and exhale. One more time. Good. So I'm going to move to the chair now. So in the description under the YouTube, it just should say to have a strap available, a yoga strap. Or you can use something like 2 ties tied together, or anything that resembles a strap, a material that allows you to use it for support. Just having that handy. In a future video, I'd like to use Thera Bands, so I'll just do a plug for that now. Thera Bands are these stretchy bands. I'll come closer. They're stretchy and they come in different colors. Green is just like a basic tension, a basic average amount of tension, but depending on the color is the amount of tension. So green is what I like to use generally speaking, but if you're working with less conditioned muscles or any injuries, you might want to start with something lighter, like yellow is the very lightest, and red is a little bit more tension, and green is the one I like to stop with. They go in more and more tension as you get in the darker colors, but green's my favorite. Green, red, and yellow. So keep that in mind. That's a plug for the next video that we post for more conditioning exercises from a chair. But for now, we have you sit on your chair with your support under your feet if you need it. My feet are able to reach the floor miraculously. Most chairs I'm in, my feet are swinging, so my feet are on the floor. And you're gonna sit up nice and tall, slide your shoulders down your back. So we're gonna work with movement of the spine. So if you have osteoporosis or osteopenia, so osteopenia is starting to lose bone mass. Osteoporosis is when you've got actual porous bones and you've been diagnosed with osteoporosis. Then you want to avoid certain movements, and I will do my best to remind you when those movements come upon us. So for right now, if you're If you're not having osteopenia or osteoporosis, we're going to move through some spinal movements here. So we're going to want to inhale and reach up. And exhale your hands to your heart. So first we connect breath and movement. Inhale, reach up. Exhale all of the air out of your lungs. So you can even purse your lips to slow the breath down. So everybody's pace will be different depending on a lot of things, right? The flexibility of your shoulders, the capacity of your lungs to hold air and to release air. So wherever pace you're at is totally fine. It may not be the pace that I'm doing right now. You might move faster or slower. So we're working on breathing in, filling up the lungs as much as we can, and then exhaling and timing the exhale with the movement of the body. This is a very grounding practice. It really helps to build body awareness and presence. Something like this can even help us when we're feeling mentally frayed or emotionally uncentered. So we'll do one more. Letting your hands rest at your heart. So now I'll have you bring your right hand. I'm not going to be mirroring you, so I'm going to look opposite of you. So I'm going to bring my right hand to the chair or to side of the chair and reach the left arm up. Notice I'm not shrugging my shoulders. I'm trying to keep my shoulder down. I'm going to pull my belly in, and then I'm going to start to lean. So I'm leaning, I'm reaching more than I'm leaning. So think of reaching up nice and tall and then creating a little arc. So your focus is on the stretch in the rib cage more than on the lean or the like collapsing. We don't want to collapse into the waist. So you want to keep some nice height and stretch. And then bring your arm down. Inhale, reach the other arm up. And then exhale over. Reaching just as much as you're trying to root your right hip down back into the chair. So we're reaching and rooting, pulling the navel in. Good, and down. So we're really opening up the rib cage. So everybody, as we get older, this area starts to become tighter. The intercostal muscles can get kind of rigid. And if those are rigid, then what happens is we can't get as much oxygen as would be good for us. So we want to keep the rib cage as supple as we can, and these kind of stretches are going to help with that. So let's try one more set. Inhaling the left arm up, pulling that navel in. Exhale, lean over, lean and reach and root down through the left hip. And release. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, release. Good. Now we'll do some shoulder circles, really big ones. So you're going to bring those shoulders up and back and down, up, back and down, and then reverse and go nice and slow. So what are you noticing in your shoulders? Are you noticing any crunching sounds or any areas where they don't seem like they're making a circular movement? Maybe it feels more like a square, or maybe you're skipping areas of the circle. And just go the other direction, maybe alternating one shoulder and then the other. Good. Hands are on the lap. You're going to tilt your left ear to your left shoulder without force. So we're just letting the head gently fall to the side. There's a way in which we could try to muscle our ear to our shoulder, but we're just letting the natural movement take us there. So no force. Breathing into that nice gentle stretch on the right side of your neck. If you feel good here, then you can increase the sensation of the stretch by taking your right hand and then take your fingertips and reach toward the floor. Reach toward the floor and you'll instantly feel more of a stretch on the right side of the neck. From here, you can play with just tilting the chin slightly toward the sky, not all the way back, just like a micro movement, like a 1/4 of an inch or 1/2 an inch. You'll get right into the front of the neck. These muscles get really tight. And so we can release those. I'm even doing a little massage here, as you can see, just a little light fingertips running down the neck. Good. And then very slowly, I'm going to have you take your left hand and hold on to the side of your head and just help your head come back up. Because we want to be really gentle and tender with the neck. Other side, let your right ear slowly move toward your right shoulder. Pause here and take some breaths. You can stay just like this, or you can add a little more sensation by reaching your left fingertips toward the floor, like you're just trying to reach for something, or even holding a can of a bucket of water or a can of paint. Think of that kind of heaviness in the arm as you keep your right ear moving toward your right shoulder. And then maybe a gentle lifting of the chin. Remembering to breathe. That's the most important part. Good. Now I'm going to take my right hand and I'm going to help my head back up to center. Such a lovely thing to do. It's just like the sweetest thing. It feels very sacred to just help your own head up and be gentle with yourself. So now we're going to bring the chin toward the chest, nice and slow. That same idea of just letting the weight of the head take you into the stretch. And you might want to just move the chin from side to side, doing little half circles. Good. And just noticing your range of motion here, what might feel tight or free. And then looking straight ahead. So we're going to look over the right shoulder. So often we will compensate by bringing our shoulders with us. So I'm going to encourage you to keep your hands on your thighs and see or feel where your shoulders are, and just turn your head only. Just notice your range of motion. And then come back to center. And then inhale, look to the left. I already can tell that this side wants to compensate. Come back to center. Do this a couple more times. Inhaling as you look over one side. And exhaling as you come to center. Inhaling as you turn the neck and head. And then back to center. Good. Bring your right arm out. So my arm's out of the frame right now, but my palm is like so. So I'm going to flatten my palm as if I'm pressing into a wall. It's going to be common for that shoulder to come up, popping up when you do that. So keep your shoulder down, nestled into the shoulder girdle as your palm presses out. And you're going to feel quite a stretch in your forearm, in your maybe even your bicep. Spread those fingers really wide. This is very intense stretch for me, and I'm pretty active. So just noticing what you're feeling here. This could be enough, or you might want to start to look over your left shoulder. Especially if you're at a desk a lot and doing a lot of computer work, this can be a really nice release for the upper body. Good, and then come back. And release. Shake that arm out. Shake, shake, shake. Good. Go ahead and stretch your fingers out now. So turn your palm to face me, and then take your other fingers and just pull the fingers back like so. Spread the fingers wide and pull back. You're going to get a nice stretch in the forearm here. And then make a soft fist and just roll fist out to the side, so it looks like that. So get the top of the forearm and the inside of the forearm and shake it out. So take a moment to integrate. So feel your whole right arm from the neck down into the shoulder, the lower arm, the fingers. And notice the sensations that are happening in the right arm. And compare it to the left side. Good. So now we're going to take the left arm up, remembering to keep that shoulder pressed down into the shoulder girdle, that scapula, the flat bone on the upper back is going to just come down in toward the spine. You're going to keep the left palm reaching away from you with those fingers spread wide, like you're pressing into a door or a wall. Breathe. And then start to turn just your head to look over your right shoulder, so you're looking away from the extended arm. Full deep breaths. And then bring the head back to center and release the left arm now, and just shake out the left arm and hand. Good. And then get the inside of the forearm by holding onto those fingertips and pressing the palm away from you with that thumb reaching out to the side. Get those little keyboard muscles released. Good. And then we're going to make a soft fist and just roll that fist out and away from us. And my shoulder wants to just pop right up. So you want to really be mindful of keeping the shoulder down, and that's going to help isolate the muscles of the forearm. And shake it out. Good. So now both arms either on your lap or hanging by your sides. Releasing the upper body, the whole upper body. Good. So we've done some side bending. So we've done a little lateral movement with the spine. Now we'll do some twisting. So if you do have osteoporosis, you're going to want to avoid the twisting movement. If you're clear in that place, then you can twist. So I'm going to go sideways from here. If you are joining us and you have osteoporosis, then whenever I do something that's contraindicated, then this is going to be your opportunity to bring more mindfulness and breath into what you're doing. So you're going to continue to inhale and then bring your hands to your heart, or inhale out and exhale, hands back, and make it a meditation, a moving, breathing meditation while we move through things that you might not be recommended for you. So for those who can do this twisting, I'm going to keep my spine nice and tall, and I'm going to reach my right arm behind me. Now, everyone's going to have a different kind of chair, so I'm just going to reach back a little bit. Some of you might be able to hold your chair if it's not too high up. Either one is fine. Actually, I can kind of do that. So I'm going to reach back with my right hand. My left hand is going to come across my body, and I'm going to turn. I'm going to feel the spine rotating from the lower part of the spine all the way up to the upper spine. I'm going to look over my right shoulder. Breathe here. With every inhale, I want you to grow your spine nice and tall. With every exhale, sinking into the twist, settling maybe even more deeply into the twist. Good. Come back to center. We're going to do the other side now. So left arm's going to reach behind you, holding on to something that feels comfortable. Right arm's going to come to the outside of the left knee or thigh, and we'll turn. Hold your navel in and sit up nice and tall, and keep your shoulders out of your ears. Good. So we've got our rotation of the spine. Come back to center. So next we'll do cat-cow in the chair. At any time, if you're done being in a chair, if you're able to move to the floor, or you want to move to the floor, you can. But we're going to do cat-cow from the chair. So this is also something for osteoporosis. We're not going to want to do this rounding of the spine. You can do neutral spine and you can do extension, neutral and extension. Otherwise, if you are clear to do the full range of motion, it will look like this. Hands are on your thighs or knees. As you exhale, you're going to pull your navel in and spread your shoulder blades apart. You're going to reach like you're reaching past your knees. Tuck your tailbone underneath you and create a nice C shape with your spine. As you inhale, start to open up the chest. Imagine those sits bones now reaching back behind you. Chest opens. You might gaze up toward the ceiling or the sky if you're outside. And then as you exhale, rounding, scooping the tailbone underneath you, rounding, pulling the shoulder blades away from each other, like you really want to stretch the space between your shoulder blades here. Inhaling as you come into cow. This is cow. Shoulders are back and down. Exhaling into cat. Make it nice and slow again. Matching the movement with the pace of your breath. And come back to center. So back to neutral. Good. So we've got flexion and extension, side bending, and rotation. So those are all the 6 main movements of the spine. Next, what we'll do is, if you're able to, we're going to bring our right knee up and give it a squeeze. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. I'll go sideways. You can see a little bit better, and make some ankle rotations. Squeeze. We're going to help our digestion by doing this. And then we'll release into the other side. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze as much as you can. You can hold on to the thigh of the shin, or you can hold on to the back of the thigh. We're going to go back and forth and do that a few times. Doing what you're able to do, honoring your body. Make sure you're not doing anything that feels questionable to your safety. Good. And release. Now we're going to extend the right legs. Extend it and flex your foot. So when we do our Thera Band series, we'll be using our Thera Band to work out the muscles of the leg and build a little muscle and strength. So right now we're just gonna extend, flex the foot, and release. Sit up nice and tall, pull your belly in, extend and release. Extend and release. Good. Just a few of those. Now we're gonna use our core and our hip flexors to lift the knee and then bring it out to the side, back in and down. So any hip replacements, you know what you're able to do and what you should and shouldn't do. So please honor your doctor's recommendations. You're gonna, otherwise you're moving in a range of motion that is available to you. So I'm lifting my knee, bringing it out and down. I'm not touching the floor. You can if you're tired. I'm making some circles in one direction. I'm really bringing some synovial fluid and strength to this hip. Now I'm going to reverse my circles. This burns. This burns. I hope that you know that. It's burning for me, so it might be burning for you. Good. And then relax. Now you're going to take soft fists and just do a little tapping. Good. And now we'll do the other side. So left leg's gonna extend. You're sitting up nice and tall. I'm squeezing my quad, really squeezing it. This builds strength as well. This is really good for your knees to do this leg extension movement. So you're gonna lower and lift, and lower and lift, lower and lift. Good. Okay, now relax. Re-engage your core, really pull the lower belly in, lift your knee, bring it out to the side. I knew that was going to happen. Did you hear it crack? It always pops. Scares people, but it's really okay. In and out a few times. I'm really using my core here and my hip flexor to let my legs stay up. Now I'm going to make some circles and breathing. And reverse your circles. Very nice. And release. Good. Now you're going to tap or little soft fists on your legs here. Okay. You might extend your right leg and do some big, big ankle circles in both directions. Point and flex. Get some circulation into those ankles and feet. And now other foot. Oh, this one's a loud little ankle. Pointing and flexing and circles. Good. And now just tap your feet on the floor. Good. Little brain balancing here. So you're going to lift your right knee and your left arm. And then lower down. And then left knee, right arm. And we're just going to alternate. It's almost like you're walking in place or jogging. You can bend your elbows if you want. So we are using both the right and left sides of the body right now, which brings balance to the right and left hemispheres of the brain. It's really good. If you want to tap opposite knees, you can tap opposite knees and keep breathing. Good. All right. And then rest, hands on the lap. Take a big breath. So we are going to do some energy medicine for the immune system and also for mood regulation. So we'll do the 3 thumps, which we do in my regular Neshamah yoga classes that have been happening for years. I'm always doing the 3 thumps. So this is not mine. I trained with a woman named Donna Eden, and she wrote the book Energy Medicine. She's incredible medical intuitive and does a lot of Eastern practices. And the 3 thumps that I'm gonna do with you now are an Eastern medicine approach. So it works with the meridians in the body and acupressure and acupuncture points. So the 3 thumps are here. I'm gonna come close. Here under the collarbones. You just put your fingertips under your collarbones and in just a little bit. There's like a soft little, I call it a divot. It's a little soft spot. And that is the place that you're gonna tap with your fingertips, like really firmly. You're gonna breathe in and out. You only need to do it a few times, breathing in and out. Good, so that's called K27. That's the first place we thump. Then we're gonna tap the center of the chest. Think about this as waking up your thymus, which is a really important part of the immune system. So we're tapping the thymus. This I've added, this is not part of Donna's work, but I want to support the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve responds to sounding and making sound, which helps to regulate it helps to build our resilience to stress. So we've been tapping here longer than I would normally have you tap. We're going to breathe in and then let out an ah. Ah. And it's okay if you've tapped here for a long time. It's not going to hurt you. Breathe in and ah. Try to smile a little. Ah. Good. And then the final place to tap wakes up the spleen meridian. And that's about halfway down your rib cage. This sometimes is hard to get to, you know, so you could bring your arms around and try to just massage that spot or tap. I like to use my thumbs sometimes. It sometimes can feel a little sore, and that means that you need to massage that area. So just tapping and massaging. So 1, 2, and 3. And it's about maybe 2 or 3 breaths in each area with a nice little ah sound here, which I've added, which is very, very nourishing for stress resilience. Okay, so 3 thumps. That's great to do anytime you want to. It is energizing. It resets your nervous system. It strengthens your immune system. This is the last energy medicine that we'll do today, and that is called the breath of joy. So my legs are apart just a little bit so that I have room to put my hands. So you're going to breathe in in 3 segments. It's going to be like this. Sniff, 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 and then exhale through the mouth. So it's so there's no exhale in between. It's just fill, 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 exhale. So that's the breathing. The arm movements is really important because as we change our physiology, we can change our psychology, right? So we want to really open up the arms if you're able to. So when we're depressed, defeated, closed off, sad, in pain, whatever, right? We're more like this. So if we want to help to shift our mood and our energy, we can simply do something like this, or we can bring in this energy medicine of breath of joy. This comes from, she has a book out. I've studied with her. I'm sorry I can't remember her name right offhand. She has Yoga for Depression is one of her books. She's great. You can email me and I'll give you her information if you want it. So here we go. Inhale, 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 exhale. Make sure you get all that air out. Last one. Good. And just notice what you feel. Sit back in your chair. So now we are going to release the muscles of the face and head, and then we'll move into a relaxing seated shavasana and an ending chant. So take your fingertips and bring them to the sides of your face, so your jaw. Open your mouth, open and close. And you feel that the joint moving of the jaw. You're gonna bring your fingertips and just kind of massage in circles right in that place as you open your mouth and close your mouth. And it might be, tender. And that is okay. You just work in that area gently if you need to. And you massage while you open and close your jaw. This is a place that can, if it's tight, we can get tension headaches from trigger points that are in there. So I sometimes will just pin my fingers down on one area and without moving my fingers, then open my mouth and close my mouth. And that helps to get in their muscles, into the muscles more deeply. Then to take your fingertips and start to move into your temples. Make circles into the temples. And then move your way out to your ears. You can massage the tops of your ears, like pulling gently on the cartilage, the little fold of cartilage, pulling up gently and unfolding it, and then letting it go. We have all kinds of acupressure points in the ears that, just like the feet, the whole map of the body is in the ears. And you can work on your earlobes. If you have any hearing aids or earrings, you can gently work around them in a way that you know is going to work for you. So there you go. You got your ear massage, your jaw, temple massage. Take your fingertips to the very center of the top of your head and just move your fingers like this. So it just go back and forth, all along. Think of it as like a little, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know, but just think of it as a line right down the center of your forehead, and you're just moving back and forth. And then kind of think of opening the top of the head by pulling the fingers apart a few times. Good. And then bring your fingers to your forehead and drag your fingers across your forehead. Good. Now you're going to rub your hands together. And you will bring your palms over your eyes without touching the eyelids. Just make little cups over your eyes, resting fingertips on your forehead or on the wherever they land, and then the base of your palms are on your cheekbones. Take a few breaths and rest your eyes. When you're ready, let your hands settle onto your lap. Sit back in your chair and find a comfortable position to sit for just a few moments. We'll do a progressive relaxation of the body. So feeling the feet on the floor. Let your toes relax, your heels, the inner arches of your feet. Feel your ankles relaxing. Allow your calves and your shins to soften and relax. And feel your knees starting to soften and relax. Feel your thighs, the front of your thighs, the quadriceps, and the back of your thighs, your hamstrings. Feel them softening and letting go. Feel your gluteus muscles, the hips, starting to get heavier and softer. Notice the belly and the lower back, and as you breathe, let them both start to soften. Notice your rib cage moving gently with your breath, the right side of the ribs and the left side. The front and the back of the ribs all moving as you breathe, softly letting go. Now feel your chest softening, your back, your upper back relaxing. Allow your shoulders to soften and relax even more. Let them melt down away from your ears, your upper arms, and your lower arms, all letting go. All of your fingers have a wave of relaxation moving through them, your thumbs, the palms of your hands warm and relaxed. Notice the muscles of your face and letting go of the muscles between your eyebrows, your eyelids soft, your eyes floating in the sockets, relaxed, your jaw, your tongue, and your throat all soft and relaxed. Now feel a warm, soft wave of relaxation washing over the top of your head, down over the back of your body, over the front of your body, and the sides of your body, all the way down to the tips of your toes, to the soles of your feet, sheltered in a blanket of peace. Shalom. Resting here for a moment in stillness. resting in the sanctuary of your body, just as it is. Sanctifying your body with every breath. Strengthening your body with this deep rest. Returning to this place of ayin, to this place of nothingness, from where everything is born. Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true, with thanksgiving. I'll be a living sanctuary for you. Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true, with thanksgiving. I'll be a living sanctuary for you. Feeling the breath as it moves through your body, this beautiful, fresh breath that brings you life force, that energizes you, that animates you. As you breathe deeply, breathe in a sense of gratitude, a sense of thankfulness that you are alive, that your body gets to be the temple, the sanctuary for your soul, for your Neshamah in this lifetime. And that there is no one else like you in this entire universe, and there is a reason for that. Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true, with thanksgiving. I'll be a living sanctuary for you. Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true, with thanksgiving. I'll be a living sanctuary for you. Please bring your hands to your heart, and I invite you to join me in a call and response closing prayer. May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be safe. May all beings feel peace. May all beings be loved. May it be so. Ken Yehi Ratzon. Shalom. Thank you for joining me for this practice. I hope that you found benefit and that you'll come back again and again as you need it. Feel free to contact me with any questions you have. I think my contact information is somewhere down there. And you can also reach me through Temple Isaiah. Have a beautiful day or evening and take good care of yourself. Namaste and Shalom.